Hello YouTube, this is Silver Age Dave. Today is Sunday, it's the evening. We're getting close to evening anyway, and I did a little bit of hunting this weekend. Came away with a pretty nice situation. I made contact with a guy. He is about my age. He collected comic books into the 80s, mid 80s. And then maybe a little later, but his dad also collected comic books, and he's down to the end of his collections. He's liquidated most of what he had, but he had maybe 15 long boxes left. And I went and I met with him. I'll do some videos on these things. There's a mix of old and new, a lot of good stuff mixed in here. A lot of stuff that's not worth a whole bunch. But he wanted a crazy high number on what he had left. And he had already sold off keys. So, you know, right now you might be thinking, oh, is there 129 in there? There's not. He's got doubles on a lot of things, but no 129. And so he wanted such a ridiculous number on books, and I said, I just can't do that. And historically, I'm not a big fan of cherry picking. You know, whenever I meet people, I tell them I really don't do that. I consider myself pretty knowledgeable, and it puts the person at a disadvantage. And so, out of fairness, I would rather just buy the whole collection. If that's what they're looking to accomplish, that's what I want to help them accomplish, is thinning it out. But he had such a high number, and he said, Dave, just go through and pick out what you want. That's the famous Spider Buggy, first Spider Buggy cover, or last Spider Buggy, maybe, I can't remember. And so I said, are you sure? And he said, yeah, go ahead and do that. So I went through the collection, and I didn't know on pricing if we were going to get together or not. So I was just throwing things and grabbing what I thought would be interesting. So, a couple of things. This book I had talked about before. I'd never owned Fear 19. I always wanted to buy it in the wild. You get things for, very, very little money in the wild. So, hey, that's, a long career buying comics, and that's the first one I ever saw in the wild. He had this, which is absolutely mint. That's a pretty nice little issue. And he had these, and like I say, he had a lot of doubles. The magazine size stuff was actually pretty interesting too. I love these journals and, trade magazines is how I describe them. Bizarre Adventures. I think I've got at least one copy of this issue. So he had two of those. He's got 3 copies of the Moon Knight preview. One of them is red. The other 2 are minted out. So these guys were buying in bulk to collect. 3D Batman. This is the exciting part, though, is over here. And I'll do more videos, and I'll talk about these other boxes. I'll go through them, but Amazing Heroes #1, Doc Savage #1. It's in pretty nice shape, I think. If I ever decided to press comics, I think that one would press, and that would be a pretty beautiful little comic. Cull and the Barbarians #1. That's pretty nice. Savage Sword of Conan Annual #1. And there's Savage Sword of Conan #1. And then he had a bunch of those. I've got a ton of these issues. So, it's nice anytime you can find the early ones. Rampaging Hulk #1, #2. There's a stack of those. This one I showed off recently. Rampage, the 10 pence version. I just showed it off recently, and so I thought that was kind of neat. So that's kind of cool. I love multiples, and so now I've got 2 of those Rampage #1s. But this part is really the exciting part. When I was going through his magazines, he had this graphic novel. It's Amazing Spider-Man, and this is mint as mint can be. This was never opened. And we might say to ourselves, oh boy, that's nice, but that's pretty late. Look at the beautiful work on that cover, huh? So that's pretty late. So what else do we have? Well, we have these X-Men Companion untouched. Whoop, I'm going to try to focus in on it. Just beautiful condition. And you don't see this stuff all that often. So, you know, to find one, a guy that pure collected, didn't even open them, that's pretty incredible. X-Men Marvel graphic novel number 5. Again, it's beautiful, the condition on it. For a black cover, I was watching Mercenaut the other day, and he's got his funny lines he uses, how he's a white supremacist and a black activist, and you know, talking about the covers and the quality. So this is a cover. I don't know if that qualifies. I think it does, because down here it is a black cover, and it's just beautiful. No one read it. And lo and behold, got another one unread. And you say, oh my goodness, Silver Age Dave, does the fun end there? And Silver Age Dave would say, no, the fun does not end there, because they had these awesome issues, and they were unread. So what gives? Well, this is our next one. I wish there was 2 of them. We've got Kiss Super Special number 1, which is awesome. Just love that. And I think it was Vin Crew recently who did a video about Howard the Duck 13, which is the first appearance of Kiss in comics, and a great issue to have. There's actually a variant of that also that was in 1977 here in Toledo. And then we have this. Now this is a black cover, untouched, unread, just absolutely gem mint, perfect. I took it out of the bag to look at it briefly, and it's just gorgeous. It's the first printing. It's just crisp and perfect. And you look on eBay, and these things, now I've got a couple of them, but they graded 9.8. It's ridiculous what these things can go for. And with a movie, maybe, who knows what's going on. Stuff drives up, and bam. So that was a pretty exciting little thing. So, you know, I talk about hunting a lot, and you know, if you're just going to the LCS, you're going to miss out on a lot of things in life. This is just a private guy. He just, I mean, really was giving things away, and I told him I didn't want to pick things, and he said, no problem, Dave, just pick what you want. And for what I paid for the 3 long boxes and these magazines, you know, I got a heck of a deal. He was happy. I did pay up for the comics, but these graphic novels, which I think I'm gonna get these graded, and I think I am gonna send these to market. Basically, you know, one of these could potentially be more than I paid the guy for the whole collection. So we'll see. And like I say, I'll do a video on this at some point. There's some newer stuff in here. It's not all old. There's some old. There's a few 10 centers. Generally, these things were bagged and boarded. He just recently rebagged and reboarded quite a bit of the collection. And so he's got like maybe 10 long boxes still. He had, I don't know where I put them. Oh, over here. He had all these types of issues, which I just love. All these promotional guys. He just had stacks of them, and I thought that was cool. Keebler Company here. I mean, who saves all this stuff? I don't even know. Pepsi on that. Heroes Against Hunger. The Radio Shack. Remember those guys? I used to love the Radio Shack issues. This video game magazine from Marvel Comics, I had never seen before. February of 1983. And I think that's pretty neat. And this is just some oddball stuff he had. Anyway, guys, it's been a great weekend. July's been a great month. We're coming up to the end of it. Hope your weekends went well. Still Rage Dave, I've been watching tons of videos between doing other projects. I haven't been commenting, but I'm always thinking about you. I'm always enjoying. Anyway, be the best you can be. Always be hunting, right? Still Rage Dave is out.